and welcome to VLSI for All. Today we have young and dynamite technical engineer and YouTuber Rajdeep Majumdar with us. Before starting with the interview, let me introduce him. That what he is currently doing. He is and his education background. He did his BTech in electronics and communication from NIT Silchar, and after that he worked in a IT company called CGI as an associate software engineer. And after that, he cleared the GATE examination and did his MTech in RFDT, Radio Frequency Design and Technology, from IIT Delhi. And now he's currently working as a computer-aided design engineer in Intel. He is also a YouTuber, and his channel name is YRD. So do check out and keep updated yourself. Thank you for coming into this, sir.
Yeah. Thanks, Vishal. Thanks for inviting me.
Sir,
Yeah. Hi, everyone.
thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. Before starting with this, how are you and how is everything going?
Yeah, everything going fine. Like still I'm in work from home mode. Actually, in our company, it's already hybrid mode, but I have the flexibility to continue it a little more. So everything going great. Like I'm in my native place. Weather is also fine. So yeah, everything going great.
Yes, sir. Sir, now let's start with the technical question, sir. Like you posted a lot of videos on VLSI, and you also posted it today. And so, how its
Yeah.
significance is growing in India? I mean, how the country is growing?
Yeah, actually, like VLSI in India is growing not like from past 2 years. It is actually growing for many years, and just the issue is that we are not aware of it because all the major semiconductor giant we have currently in world, they all have or maximum of them have their design house in India. And additionally, we are getting pushed by government also. Like recently, you have heard about PLI scheme, then Semicon conference, which is one of the first of its kind. So I think we have ample of opportunity, and for India, it is like growing like a rocket fast speed. And like past decade is for IT software industry, and current decade and further decade, I think from my experience, it would be a decade for VLSI and core electronics engineering in India.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Sir, you talk about the PLI incentive from the government of India. They also
Mhm.
focusing on the not on the other than the uh, designing the hub or the manufacturing company. They're also focusing on the rise of the electronics engineering. How are you? What is your view on this topic? Like,
Yeah, in PLI scheme,
yes, yes. Sir, please continue. Please
what?
continue. No, no, sir. That's all.
Yeah. Okay, so in PLI scheme, yeah, they have. I don't know exactly, but yeah, they have majority of like budget would be for fabrication house, and other majority would be for display manufacturing hub. Like main objective is to make the core component, core hardware component India. We are designing it for from many past years. We are designing it, but we are not manufacturing it. So PLI scheme is to boost that manufacturing capability in India. And I think and also like few of us have the confusion that okay, if some like fabrication company come to India, then they would be fabricating in some old technology node like 180 nanometer, 130 nanometer, so it's not a cutting edge facility, right? But in PLI scheme we have the provision, like there are three scheme actually. Exactly technology name I don't know, but if it is below 20 nanometer, I guess it is 50%. Like if they set up something, for example, cost of 100 rupees, then 50 rupees would be borne by
The government of
government of
India.
India. But yeah, but it should be below 20 nanometer. Otherwise, they would be giving help, but it would be not as 50%. So I think
Oh.
it's really a great push from government of India, and this will motivate other industrialists in our country to do of their like their part for that.
Sir, you are talking about the subsidy given by the government of India, and my next question is,
Mhm.
what should the electronics engineer do in this meantime to get into the industry or to have the exposure? Because you know there's a difference between what we study as an electronics engineer during our BTech and what you are doing as a computer-aided design engineer in the product-based company. What is the difference you observe, and what must be rectify?
Yeah. So in I think it is the scene for maximum of the academic institute in India and in world also. Problem is that we mostly focus on book. In my BTech, actually my BTech was not so good. It is from one of the best colleges in India, but still I am not interested. Like I am interested in electronics, but I was not interested to study book. And our major focus in 1 year, second year, third year is on book only. But in industry, we work on tools, software tools. Like we design thing, we write script for those design, and those things are not done in our colleges. There are a few lab classes are there, but again, if a lab instructor don't give enough interest, the student also won't feel the interest. Like they will ask you, for example, okay, design a op amp, but they won't explain you why you are designing that op amp. And so we don't get any interest. We feel like, okay, we need to get the marks, so let's do something. Or if some of my friend is doing, I'll just copy paste that thing. So that is the lacking behind. Like we are lacking here, like we are not practicing our theory is enough. Like theory is very important, but to like know that theory by heart, to go inside that theory, you need to practice on EDA tool. And we have many free software for that. Like we don't need money also to practice those design. So from my side, I think this is the main differences between industry and our academic industry. Yeah.
Sir, there must be an lack of motivation because before that, government of India explain about their program. There's a sense of lack of motivation because every EC engineers have their one mindset, like they don't have their job, and that's why they push to the IT sector. So many good brain shifted towards the IT sector. What is your view on this?
Perfect. Yeah, I too, after my BTech, I went for a IT job, and reason is similar because in my college, my actually it is a loop. Okay, it become a loop. Every electronics engineer or some other branches also, for example, civil engineer, everybody think that we don't have job on the core sector, so we need to study our IT skill, coding skill. And that's why from second year onward, third year onward, we start deviating from our core branch toward those coding parts, right? And actually this is not true. Actually, like I did my BTech in 2017, I finished that time also there was many opportunity. There was opportunity in off campus. In on campus might be they are not coming, but in off campus there were opportunity. Yeah, today if it is 100%, that time might be it is 30%, but there was opportunity. But problem is that I was not aware of the thing that okay, I can apply in off campus also. In my like batch, only few of them, like 2 3 people got off campus placement in electronics company, but I was not aware of that thing. And so I just go on coding, like sharpening my coding skill, and so that I get something after my BTech is over. Okay, so I think and currently like your channel is doing great to ever like to let other know about the VLSI field. In our time probably there are not so many things like to get the information. So yeah, currently we are doing great as they like to make people awareness about VLSI industry. And IT industry boomed because we have many awareness. Like there are many YouTube channel, big YouTube channel who are talking about coding. So every people get like glamorized. They feel okay, we need to join Microsoft, we need to join blah 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 company to get that lifestyle. But for VLSI, we are not having so much awareness in currently. Yep.
Yes, sir. Your channel is also doing great, sir. I mean, there you are
Yeah.
also, and sir, you
Yeah,
also
actually,
yes, sir. Please continue.
yeah, yeah. Actually, my motivation is that only. Okay, that I got into electronics industry after doing my BTech. My goal is that I need to push people before thinking of going to MTech. We will discuss about those things like why you should do MTech or not. But
Yes, sir.
yeah,
My next
to
question
get
is,
a job, yeah, to get a job, you should not do MTech. You should get a job in your hand after BTech only in VLSI industry, and that's my main objective of my channel, starting my channel. Yeah, what's your
sir.
question?
No, sir, my next question is the stigma about the MTech and the environment of the students. while you are doing the MTech from the IIT Delhi, because they all are all from either from EC branch, electrical branch, or IN branch. That's what the gates eligible scores are. And you also did from BTech from NIT Silchar. Everyone is from EC. Everyone in your batch is your EC graduates. So what is the difference in the mindset? The perspective of view. How much you observe that?
If I get your question exactly, like mindset of IIT student who are doing MTech versus BTech student, that's the
No, sir.
question.
The perspective toward EC graduate, like many students who are doing BTech in electronics and communication, they have a one mindset like they have to go for they have to sit for the IT sector placement. So, is that the same mindset having this such students come into the IT Delhi and no other than
BTech
this?
student.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. BTech
Uh,
students.
yeah. One issue is still we have, and it is fact that if you go for a VLSI company right after BTech, and if you go for a IT company right after your BTech, there is a larger probability that your salary would be higher in IT sector right after BTech. Okay, but again, there are exceptions, and so like, but in general, this is the case. So that's why in IIT Delhi also, like many people sit for analytics job, like those who are from electronics, other domain job, because they are paying higher salary than the VLSI company. Okay, but after you do your MTech, right now your salary, like it's as per the other industry and probably higher also after doing masters. Okay, but this also has one trick, and trick is that after your BTech, if you join a VLSI company and you are getting low payment, right? But as you get your experience, that the growth in VLSI industry is uncomparable to the IT industry. It is much higher, like salary perspective, everything much higher in VLSI domain, as per my experience.
Okay, sir. Sir, and what is your MTech student life looks like? Like, man, like you did your thesis in the RFDT, and you also published your thesis, and now you're working as a computer-aided design engineer. So how much a difference you observe during your MTech? How rigorous course it should be?
Course is rigorous, and actually for that we are fortunate enough, and I wanted to have a rigorous course where we give more focus onto the practical thing. For example, our first year in like I did my MTech from KR, which is Center for Applied Research in Electronics. So as name suggests, we have many lab component, and as I mentioned little earlier, that we are lacking there because we don't have those lab component, and those lab component are of designing the thing and then fabricating the thing. And I have fabricated MOSFET also, like it's a wonderful opportunity for me. So course was rigorous, but if you love electronics, then you will be enjoying your those 2 year, like you will feel like great thing, right? Like you get a great opportunity to go more inside to all the subjects, all the concepts of that particular domain. Like for example, for me it was RF domain.
Sir, if you have the opportunity to say some line to motivate the students to do MTech, what would it be?
Mhm. Uh, for me, first, like why I did my MTech, for me, my CGPA after BTech was not so good. It was average, 7 plus, but it was not so good. And secondly, my knowledge about electronics was below average. But I am a fanboy of electronics, so as per my reputation, it was not great, right? So that's why from beginning only, I'm sure that I would be doing MTech, because for me that was the only chance to get back the electronics fandom I was looking for. Okay, but again, for me, doing MTech, another reason was to get a core job also. So if you are in currently in your BTech and you have a great concept, like great confident on your concept of electronics, and you are getting a VLSI job after your BTech, then you don't need to do MTech. Okay, but you need to do MTech if you know more thing. MTech should not be an option like I am not getting a job because currently I am at my second year of BTech or third year of BTech. I don't want to pursue electronics job for now. I can take a IT job, and in future I may do MTech and get into VLSI job. This should not be the case, right? you should try your best to get a job. Like yesterday I was talking with one of my friend, and he was giving a right example that you should get a job right after BTech, be in the industry, and then feel the thing like in which domain you are great at, and then go to your MTech, because at the time you'll get the direction like which thing you need to pursue. Like for me, I want to publish a thesis, but I don't know which thing I love. So my professor given something and I work on those things, and fortunately I was in interest, like that topic is of my interest, so it's fortunate for me. But for many of you might be not the case. So best should be try your best to get a job in VLSI industry, stay there for 1 year 2 year. If you are not satisfied, then go for master.
Okay, sir. Sir, talking about the job, I mean, uh, you also talk about the resume making. What should a resume looks like? And that's the most important part for, and you have to present yourself other than doing your work. What should your view on making the good resume?
Yeah, resume is like the first stage. Like if you can't crack resume shortlisting, then you can't show yourself like how much you know anything, how many projects you have done, all will be in like vain, no gain. So resume is the main perfect thing. And for me, like I mentioned many earlier also in my some other video, that resume is your question paper for the interview. So you have given the opportunity to set question for your next exam, which is the interview. So how you would be setting to it? You won't be including any question which is out of your syllabus, right? So build your resume as per your experience level. Don't do this thing. Like for example, you never did any project on FPGA, but to make your resume attractable, and because that particular opportunity need the FPGA rule, like they have written, if you know FPGA, then it's a plus point. And because of that line, what you did some jugaad, some study, and you have written one line in your resume, I did this project in FPGA, and here you lost your opportunity because you don't know that thing and you are setting a question out of your syllabus. So never do that thing. You need to know each and every word, their meaning of that resume. And if you can do that thing, then I think your interview would be as easier as possible. Okay. And in general, your resume should be of one page, simple. If possible, give a photo of you. If you can give a photo of smiling, it's psychological thing. Like if your photo and which is little smiling photo, it's optional, but I think this give a like
Positive feedback.
good uh, yeah. So that's the general thing you should
Okay.
follow in your resume making.
Sir, you fabricate the MOSFET and you work on the thesis. And after that, and once you get a job in Intel, you work as an analog and mixed signal engineer. And how tough is the changing the job profile within the branch, within the product, within the company? Was it tough, or it depend upon the manager?
Yeah, actually, it's tough. It's tough in initial phase because in any job you would be having two method. One is they will give you some training for 1 month, 2 month, and then they will induct you to some specific job title, and that's a easy path actually. But second would be directly they will give you entry to a project. You would be learning something, and at the same time you are applying those things to your project. And for me, I was in second category, so you don't have your control over these two things, right? So if you are in second category, it would be a little tough. As for me, it was a little tough because sometimes I felt like my manager said, okay, Rajdeep, you do this thing. I don't know that thing, and my manager also know that I don't know that thing. And my manager is giving me this work because he want to make me learn that thing. Like with doing, I need to learn that thing, right? But as per me, my feeling is that my manager told me to do this work, so I should be knowing that work. And if I don't know that work, that means I am not capable of doing that thing. So that's the issue I faced for few beginning 1 2 month. And I gone one step ahead to learn those things. But again, this uncomfortable situation are great for learning, for the growth. So initial few months it's little tough, but I think we can handle it, no issue.
Yes, sir. That times makes you push yourself, push your limits. Sir,
Perfect, yeah.
and sir, you work as a computer-aided design engineer. What's the profile looks and what is the skills you need to learn that any sort, not you sir, but any BTech or MTech students should learn to get this job profile or any the analog missed signal.
Yeah, actually in my work, we like this is a profile in backend CAD design, computer-aided design engineer, and our main work is to develop some script, some automation script to automate the design. To like we have physical design engineer, right? So they are doing something. For example, for a simple example, they want to draw few patch of metal, like 100 patch of metal. Okay, so they can't do it manually. If they do it manually, it will take time. So our task is to make those things automated, or maybe probably we have a layout already available and we need to make some changes to that layout. You go to that place, this is metal is 2 nanometer, you make it 1 nanometer. You go to that place, if this condition satisfied, then do that thing. So our main work is to do that automation work. But again, in VLSI industry, or probably in my role or my team, our job profile is not fixed. Like I'm a CAD engineer, that doesn't mean I would be doing that thing only. I also can do my physical design like from scratch, or might be I am doing some verification in schematic level, some flow I need to verify, so I need to develop that schematic test bench and verify that. So in one word, the thing is that you, like for my team at least, you need to be expert on something, like for example CAD, and then you need to know little bit about other thing. And coming to your other question, like what the skill we need
Skills.
to
Yes.
get, yeah, main is you need to know your programming, coding. And coding, as an electronics engineer, for any domain, we need to have a knowledge of coding, basic, not tough, like not like CS guy, but little basic knowledge of coding is for sure. And then you should work on your layout, your backend part. Like many of we start our project, we design our schematic part, and then we get our result and we just stop that project. Don't do that thing. You continue your project from schematic or front end part to back end part, design its layout and get the simulation result, and then compare between that layout part and schematic part. And that's a great thing. Actually in interview also you can say I did this full stack design from front end to back end. And when you design your layout, you probably working with PDK means process design kit. Okay,
Okay.
so at that time you need to read your PDK also, because in your PDK there would be metal layer, there would be via, there would be many things, and those physical part of VLSI design are needed for a backend job. Not only CAD engineer, but for any backend job, those physical part. And also in basic subject, your EDC should be great. You should be through with your EDC, not everything, but at least your MOSFET physics should be strong. And then MOS VLSI, digital, analog, they basic things are as same as other profile.
Sir, learning such skills like you tell that your manager give you time to learn such particular skills. How much time it take? Because you said that you take it to the next level. So how much time you give yourself to learn, and what, and also please consider this question for the undergraduate and the master's graduate too, sir.
This is actually very generalized question, because depend on the skill, like it would take time. For example, when I join as CAD engineer, so I need to automate the thing. I know a little bit about Python, because in my previous job I did some work on Python, and in my college also we were having one subject which is signal processing, not signal
Yes, sir.
processing, yeah, using Python. Like we need to write some code using Python, like FFT flow, those things. But we are working on Cadence Virtuoso tool in our profile, and in Virtuoso we have one inbuilt scripting language which is called Skill. The name of the language is Skill. So we need to learn that particular script or language. So my manager given, like first day only, he has given me the resources to learn that thing. So it took time, it took around 1 to 2 months, but it's not like that I was only learning. I was learning also and applying those things in my current project. So yeah, learning always will take time, but you need to be patient, because after that you will get the fruit of those time.
Sir, rise of online courses like NPTEL, Coursera, edX, and how such helps you? Like, I mean, do you prefer a professor lecture or learning the book, or reading the book from the PDF? What do you prefer?
First question, I don't love to read any book from PDF. I don't like it. So
Okay.
I try to buy that book if I want to. And I have actually I have many books, but recently I brought, like not recently, during my MTech, is Digital Design by Rave, if I'm not wrong, and another is Analog CMOS Design by Rajave, I guess. So this book, like I recommend everybody who are enthusiasts for VLSI field. These two books are really great. NPTEL is great. It is free. One problem with NPTEL is that they don't teach you specific thing. For example, if you want to learn something, some special thing, then you need to go through the whole lecture, which is time taking. So if you want to save your time, then you go for some paid subscription based program, like in we have many, right? Really good, great quality content they have.
Okay, sir. And sir, my next question is, sir, what would you recommend the aspiring MTech graduate, I mean, MTech students? Like, they are the one who must be more serious right now.
For you, you need to prepare for your gate, and don't feel like that you are preparing your gate only for doing MTech, right? You are preparing your gate. That means you are revising your full electronics syllabus, and which is a great thing for your VLSI interview in future. So in that way, you prepare your gate. If you go through your gate, get a good rank, then great. You will be doing your MTech from good IIT or any VITS or NIT. That's a great thing. But if by case, by in like in case you miss that great thing, still you have something in your hand, and which is you can apply offline to many company as much as you can. Applying is free, right? So apply there, and probably after applying for 100 you may get one call, but at that one call you can you can get the job, because you have know the full electronics theory, because you have prepared for gate. So yeah, this is the two opportunity if you are preparing right now for gate.
Okay, sir. Sir, before sir, I have one question other than this. Like, you talk about the manager, and what is I mean, the VLSI engineer, or the one who did their MTech and now is currently working as a technograd in the product-based company. It is advisable to pursue for MBA or any management course, so that they have a both knowledge of technical plus management. Because they have a complete whole base of product based company. Like, what's your
Yeah, yeah.
view on this?
Okay. Um, so see, I don't know about other, but most of the company, they have two paths actually. One is managerial path and another is technical part. You might be knowing, like if you're following LinkedIn, some profile, then they have written like principal engineer, senior principal engineer.
Yes,
So
sir.
those paths are technical part. Okay.
Okay.
So if you love your technical thing, electronics thing, you don't need to do MBA. I might be wrong, but this is my experience. You don't need to do your MBA. You just keep on going through your technical path, because we have so many things to learn that we don't have time to do MBA, right? And we won't be going for a like hardcore management also, because managerial field is not for us. I'm just like I'm feeling that my audience are all technical guy,
Yes,
right?
sir. That's why I'm
So
asked.
but yeah, but if in case you also may want to explore that managerial path, then MBA is great. But I would be suggesting you doing some alternative thing like online MBA or something else, because time is precious. We don't have much time, and syllabus and the things knowledge is very huge amount is there.
Sir,
Yeah.
I mean, there's also a talk of the person who have the experience of more than 5 years should be considered as for the PhD program. Should we have a PhD doctorate? What's your view on this?
This is that news, right? That if you have 5 year, like we
The
recently we have some news,
UGC
right?
norm, the UGC, yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I am very much positive about this fact, because personally, I want to pursue later half of my life as a professor. I love teaching, but right now PhD is a constraint between me and teaching, and I have a great passion about teaching. But and I feel like not out of out of anything, but I feel I can be a great teacher. But I am not ready to do PhD, right?
Yes,
So I
sir.
think if we get this thing like 5 year or probably 7 year also in industry would be same as doing your PhD, then I think it would be a great thing for Indian academic industry, really.
Okay, sir. Thanks. And sir, before wrapping up the video interview, sir, would you like to say something, sir, to our audience? Some lines.
uh yeah. Yeah, simple thing, keep it simple. Start using your LinkedIn, guys. I am during my BTech, I did this wrong thing. I never explored LinkedIn. Please start using your LinkedIn. Delete your Facebook app, right? Delete your Facebook app. Do your Facebook sometime in Google Chrome. Like what I do, I don't have Facebook app. I go to Facebook through Google Chrome, but I have a LinkedIn app. So do this thing. Explore LinkedIn as you are exploring now your Facebook. In LinkedIn, we have ample of opportunity, ample of documents, everything is available there. And keep on applying with, like, keep on exploring thing in off campus. In on campus there are limited opportunity, but in off campus opportunity are huge. So keep on applying, and lastly, keep on studying. Concept is main thing, and also you need to practice the thing also. EDA tool, free EDA tools are available. Open source EDA tool are abundant right now. So explore those things.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the
Yep.
doing this interview, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Vishal. Yeah, and thanks again. And yeah, audience, please check out my channel. It
Ah,
is
sir.
YRD. Yeah.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
I will.